Namaste and good morning. We're in a time of real transition as we slowly emerge from the cocoon of our COVID isolation. And someone was saying to me the other day, and I really related to it, it's kind of like reverse culture shock. If any of you have ever traveled through India, you may have experienced something similar to me, where when I first went there, I actually found it very, it was like it was a place I'd always known. There was no culture shock in me going there. Of course, it was dynamic and different and confronting. But there's a part of me that kind of just embraced it because I expected it to be different. And similar to when we entered the COVID isolation, we were expecting everything to change. Everything was going to be completely different. So we embraced it in a way, and we worked with our discomfort and our new ways. But when I came home from India, I went into a real funk. I really struggled to reconcile the world I had been in and the world that I had come from, which I felt like I should have known and understood, but I simply no longer did. And I feel that something similar is possibly going to happen to us as we emerge from our COVID lifestyle, where we expect things to be familiar and known, but they're not going to quite be as they were before because they're different and because we've changed. You know, you can't unawaken yourself. Once you've realized something, you can't unknow it. So now that we've sensed and understood what it's like to kind of slow down and create some space in our lives, it's going to take a little bit of consciousness to navigate these transitions. So I'd like to read a sutra just about the space between and about the transitions. And we will work today's practice really feeling into how we get from one place to another. We don't just sit and then suddenly we're standing. What happens in between the sitting and the standing? So you can close your eyes if you like. And just begin by taking a deep, full breath in. And just let it go. Just feel the body soften as you inhale again. And exhale fully. And last time, inhaling deep into the belly, fill the side lungs, shoulders, side out. And just rest here with your breath. Enter these turning points where the rhythms of life transform into each other. Breath flows in, filling. In this moment, drink eternity. Breath flows out, emptying, offering itself to infinity. Cherishing these moments, mind dissolves into heart. Heart dissolves into space. Body becomes a vibrating field, pulsating between fullness and emptiness. Pulsating between fullness and emptiness. So we'll begin just moving through the body, and we'll begin with a little bit of resistance stretching. So as we come into these transition times, you will come up, I will come up against resistance. How do we meet that? What do we learn about ourselves as we encounter resistance? So we're going to use it. So take your palm and just press it into your forehead. And turn a little bit to the side so you can see. Resist it stretching into our neck by pressing the forehead into the palm. Palm presses back into the head. Take a deep breath in. Use the exhale to apply a little bit of pressure, palm into head, head back into palm. So you kind of, if your hand wasn't there, your head would be easing forward like this. But the palm is resisting. There's 2 more breaths. Just gently releasing on the inhale. And use the exhale to press the head into the palm, resist. And 1 more time, inhale. And gentle pressure as you exhale. And release and feel the effect on the neck and shoulders. Take the hands, interlace them behind the back of the head. Just let the elbows come forward. We're going to do the same thing, and the head is going to reach back as if it's going to press into the space behind you. Inhale. And resist with the cupped hands as you lean the head into the palms. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean and resist. Inhale. 1 more time, exhale. Press the back of the head into the palms. And gently release. Notice the effect on the spine. So then we turn it to the right. So the hand is going to press into the head, and the head wants to turn as if you're looking over your shoulder, but the hand is going to resist it. So inhale. As you exhale, a little bit of resistance. Your head will turn a bit, but it's coming up against the pressure of the hand. And then gently return to center. 2 more. Exhale, press and turn. And gently return to center. And press. And return to center. Notice the release through the side of the neck. Left side. Palm pressing into the temple. Inhale. Turn the head to the left as you gently resist with the hand. And back. 2 more. Turning the head. What is this resistance teaching the body? And back. How can we use what we have here for our learning, for our betterment? And return to center. And I say that with utmost love because I am so going through it, the emails in my inbox that are teaching me about resistance. Let's just roll the shoulders up, back and down. Of course, anything I say you can allow to just roll right off you like water off a duck's back if it doesn't feel like it makes sense to you. But every now and then, something will trigger a realization or a memory and awareness, and that gives me great joy to think that that might be so. 1 more big circle. And then we start to engage Ujjayi breath very gently through the nose as you inhale the arms up and overhead. Take a gentle twist to your right. Just let the left hand come to the right knee, right hand behind. Inhale as you lengthen a little. Exhale, deepen your twist just as much as is comfortable on your spine. Inhale, center. Arms up. Exhale, left. Inhale, lengthen. Use the hand behind you to support the lower back tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, lift the arms. This time we're going to fold forward. Reaching the hands any amount. You might even like to undulate shoulder right, and left. The stretching out the right and left hip, sideways, shoulders. And then inhale, rise back up. Place the hands behind you, feet flat on the floor, and just open the heart space by drawing the shoulder blades together. And release, cross the feet over the other way. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. The heart wants to open. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open it out. Use the hand on the back of the knee for a little traction. Inhale, center. Reach the arms up. Hinge from your hips as you fold forwards, reaching as far as you can. And once again, you might like to turn a little side to side and soften into the back of the hips. If it feels good to you, you might let the head go, back of the neck along here. Feeling the back stretch out. And then slowly roll back up to sitting. Head comes up last, hands come behind you, feet flat on the floor. Inhale as you open the sternum forward as if it wants to become parallel with the ceiling as you draw your shoulders together on your back. And in, release. So here's a little transition to play with, coming to all fours. What's incorporated in making your way? We don't just go boom, boom. What happens and how can you move super slow from one pose to another, gently coming to all fours, taking time to stack the shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees, and the tops of the feet released into the floor. And we're going to ripple through cow and cat pose, but with complete awareness, lifting the tail, softening belly and rippling all the way up through the spine until the gaze and head lift. And then we tuck the toes. As you exhale, start to turn the tailbone under and ripple up the spine, back of the heart, head, gaze to the navel. And just keep moving. Release the toes, come from the tailbone, lift it, soften belly, soften heart. Reach sternum forward and up, gaze follow. What is it like to do this so slow? Tuck the toes, tuck the tail, round the back with your exhale. Coming in to inhale one more time through cow pose. And if you're a little slower or faster than my timing, that's great. Finding the space. Spaces you don't normally acknowledge. Rounding out cat pose. And then slowly come back through center. And come one more time into cow, opening the heart forward and up. We're just going to add a little child's pose. Tuck the toes as you round into cat. Exhaling. And then this time, allow the hips to sink back to the heels as you soften heart and head down to the floor. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Feel a little length come into your shoulders. And we take a little time here in child's pose before slowly rising back up through cat pose into cow pose. Inhale, scooping the heart forward and up. Two more like that. Exhale, round. Takes you in the space back to child's pose. Exhale when you get there. Stay for another breath. Inhale. Little active through the hands. Press the palms down into the floor. Feel the shoulders engage. Sideways lengthens. Then keep the toes tucked. It will help you as you press into the palms, round the back of the heart up to the sky. Come through your cat and into your cow. Inhale. Pure delight. Exhale one more time, round in the spine. Sitting back on the heels, stretch out the child's pose. Let the forehead soften into the floor so the back of the neck is relaxed, top of the shoulders loose. Take a breath. Belly merging onto the thighs. And final time, rise back up through your cat pose, rounding the back. And then inhale, let's take one cow. To open the collarbones wide, heart open, gaze lifts. And then exhale through cat. And back to center, and just stay in the stillness on all fours. Feel how the spine has shifted. I'm going to thread the needle now. Just turn to face you, stay as you are. Right arm sweeps up to the sky. As you exhale, slow, 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 so slow. Thread that arm all the way through, reach it out. Draw the hip, especially that left hip back. Left hand can reach forward. So you've got this right angle with both arms, both hands actively pressing into the mat here. Or you might like to sweep that left arm up to the sky and take a little bind on the top of the right thigh, opening the heart a bit more. So one of them is more of a shoulder opener if you have the arm extended forward. If you take the bind, it's a bit more of a twist. Next inhale, if you're in the bind, gently release it. Everyone bring your hand back to the floor and very, very slowly unthread that right arm all the way up to the sky. And back down to the floor. Square it off. Left arm sweeps up. Inhale. Exhale. Thread it through long, long, long and slow, slow, slow. Let the side of the head rest down on the floor here. Right arm reaches forward. Just check it out. See if that feels good today. So the arms make a little right angle. Right hand presses into the floor. You'll feel that really open into the right shoulder. Or you can deepen the twist by taking a bind. Right hand comes to the top of the left thigh. Maybe the gaze comes a little wider, open to the sky. Each breath emerging with a coming home to the being in and then release. Hand to the mat. Unthread left arm all the way up to the sky. And down to the mat. Then gently walk the hands back towards you and come up to kneeling. You can roll the shoulders again here. If at any time you need to shift or move, release, please go ahead. Let's take right foot out to the side. So the heel is more or less in line with the knee. Toes point out 45 degrees, your foot is flat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Taking a nice side stretch here, Parigasana gate pose, opening to your right. So the right hand just rests slightly on top of the leg. Left arm reaches overhead. Super. Opening through the rib cage, the intercostals between the ribs. Don't often get into these places, but they do tighten up a lot in our daily lives. And again, if you meet any resistance, what can you learn? Can you support yourself so that you don't collapse? Stay with one more breath in and out. And then inhale, gently rise up. Oh, so much space. Hand to the floor outside of the left knee. Right arm extends, long line all the way from right toes to fingertips. This is a Vashisthasana side plank variation. Stretching out the right side body. And you can take the gaze to the floor, to the left fingertips. And then slowly turn the head all the way up to the ceiling and just explore the range of movement. Or you might find one place that just feels steady and strong. You just want to keep your gaze there, then do that. Just plug that right shoulder back into its socket. Now as we transition, this one's a good one to be really mindful of. We're going to take the arm all the way down to the floor and come through all fours. So see if you can very slowly notice what is involved in this transfer of balance in the body, the stabilizing through your core, just to get from that to all fours. And then walk the hands back towards you, rise back up on your knees. Extend the left leg out to the side. Heel in line with the knee. Back toes can be tucked or flat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take that Parigasana, lightly resting left arm along the leg. Extending, opening the heart up to the sky. Finding length through the entire right side body. Especially in the space between the ribs. You can feel it get sticky. Breathe into it. One more breath in. Use the exhale to rise up. And take the right hand down outside of the right knee. Extend the left arm overhead. Super long through the left side body. Again, you can experiment with the gaze. Where is your drishti? Generally, if you need a little bit more stabilizing and grounding, you take your gaze down to the ground, or at least towards the horizon or below. Reach out through those top fingertips, even more out through the toes. One more breath. And let's take that transition. Sweep the top arm forward. Feel the balance in the body start to shift as you slowly, slowly come to all fours. And then tuck your toes. I'll just show you a little bit to the side. You're going to sit back on the heels, fire toes, bring the hands to prayer at heart center and stay. Close your eyes, tuck your chin to your chest. Come home to the breath, remembering that idea of the breath merging with infinity as it flows out. And bringing infinity in as you breathe in. staying with a sensation, if there is strong sensation through the toes and the heels. This is quite a classic yin pose. Bring the hands down to the floor. We're going to come into a forward fold. So, taking the balance back, how do you transition into a forward fold? Take the feet hip distance apart, knees super soft, and allow the torso to drape over the thighs. Hang the head, give it a little nod, and a little shake. Hook the thumbs in opposite elbows. Just start to sway the body side to side. You'll feel this activate through the backs of the legs, the glutes, lower back. So very important, keep the knees soft and buoyant here. Maybe a little figure eight. Another very useful tool in these transition times is to invert the body. So taking the head below the heart. If you're spiraling, just change the direction of your spirals, or your figure eight. You can hang out here the rest of the day. Inhale deeply through your nose. And sigh out, let everything flop down. And very slowly start to stack the spine as you rise. And uncurl, unfurl, blossom up. And let's take the arms up to the sky. And back by your side. So just check your stance, that you feel very comfortable with the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to just very simply inhale the arms up and overhead. And back down by your side. But I'd like you to see if you can sense as if you were wading through something a little bit viscous. There's a little bit of resistance for your hands as you lift them up. Exhale begins. There's a little bit of resistance as you bring your hands back down by your side. Feel how that slightly changes the amount of control needed in your deep muscles. Inhale. Keep working with that sense of resistance. Exhale, you can close your eyes and just feel as if your arms were moving through like a viscous, jelly, gooey ambrosia nectar. Just a couple more in your own time. Just feeling the arms lift up. Feeling the heart expand. Exhale, bring it back. Maybe extend the pause at the end of the exhale before the inhale begins. And noticing those transitions, those spaces between the in and out breath. So you breathed in, there's a little suspension here, and then the out breath follows. Let's do one more. So really, this is your moving meditation. Little pause, exhale begins, and movement follows. If you don't feel to, you don't know to sit for an hour without moving in meditation, this can be your practice. Let's inhale, arms up and overhead. And this time bring hands into prayer and let the Hands drop behind the head towards the space between the shoulders. So you're opening the elbows up to the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, forward fold, knees to stay soft. Just taking a little sequence here. Wrap the hands behind the knees and hold on to the opposite elbows. And then with the next inhale, see if you can draw the upper back away from the knees. So it's like you're doing a cat pose, but you're holding the backs of the knees, opening the back of the heart. And forward fold, release the hands down to the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen the spine. You can take the hands to the shin. And then fold again. Plant the hands. Take a nice big step back with your right leg. And lower the right knee to the floor. Keep the fingertips on the floor here as you take a little low lunge. Inhale. I'm going to stay for a couple of breaths. Just noticing what is opening here. And then stay in the same position with the body. Take your gaze to your right knee and notice what else releases or stretches out or meets resistance here. Just breathe into that. And then with your next inhale, you can lift the arms all the way up to the sky. Beautiful back bend with the upper back. Hips are softening towards that left heel. And then exhale, hands to the mat and bring them to the inside of the left foot. And walk your hands out 45 degrees. I'll just do it this way so you can see. It's like you're doing a downward dog with the arms. You're stretching out towards the top right-hand corner of your mat. Downward dog arms. And then walk your hands back to center. Frame that front foot. Press into the right toe. Lift the right knee and step it back into a downward facing dog. Just for a little moment. Pedal out the heels. And then we inhale long. Exhale, knees to the floor. We're going to take a little puppy dog pose here. So walk your hands forward. Good half an arm's length. Let the heart come down to the floor, but keep the hips stacked over the knees. So opening out the space in the armpits, the heart. So keep the forehead resting on the floor unless it feels really okay for you to lift the gaze all the way and maybe rest the chin on the floor, but really check in with your neck. Please keep your forearms where they are. We're going to just slide the body forward, coming into Sphinx pose. So the forearms stay parallel. Buttocks are loose, give them a little wobble. Draw the forearms back towards your toes as you press into the mat with the arms, lifting up and out of that rib cage, shoulders away from your ears. It's a really nice Sphinx pose. And then lower it down. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders and just lift hips to heels, little counter pose, child. And we press up and back through a downward facing dog. It's a gentle, easy one. Step the right foot forward between the hands, let the left knee down. Same on this side, take a little low lunge here, keeping the fingertips on the floor as you open the heart. And if this feels a little far away, you can always take some blocks. And if you don't have blocks, I've discovered that tins of beans or lentils make really good props. So you can have 2 of those. And then take your gaze to your left knee. For me, this really lengthens the fascia and the connective tissue all the way up the front of my left thigh. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Deep, full breath. Open the heart, frame the ears with the upper arms. And then exhale, hands to the inside of the right foot. Reach the arms forward in that rounded dog shape. And then coming back to your low lunge. Tuck the left toes under. Press into, lift the left knee. And lightly use the hands for support. Step that left foot to the top of the mat. Take a nice halfway lift. Fold, wrap the arms around the back of the knees soft. Inhale, pull the upper back away. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Hands in prayer. Exhale, hands reach the space between the shoulder blades. Lift the elbows high, open and spread the armpits forward. Inhale, arms up. And let's exhale, hands tap the forehead. And come back to the heart. And pause. Really connect and ground your feet into the floor. I'll just do that one more time, a little more fluidly. So paying attention to transition, noticing what comes up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands in prayer behind the head, reaching to the space between the shoulders. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, soften and forward fold. Wrapping the arms around the back of the knees. Using the inhale to pull the heart away. Exhale, soften back into the fold, release the hands. Halfway lift. And we'll step the left foot all the way back first. Left knee comes down. Let's take the low lunge. Using the cans if you've got them, if you liked that option. Take the gaze to the left knee, so turning the head, lengthening back of the neck. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the floor, reach into the left hand corner of your mat in a little down dog shape with the arms. And then slowly walk them back. Back to your low lunge, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee and glide back to your down facing dog. Inhale. Float the knees down. Keep the hips over the knees. Glide the hands forward, coming into that front body opening puppy dog pose, chin or forehead on the mat. And then slide forward into Sphinx. So forearms can stay exactly where they are as you lower belly, hips down to the floor. Give the hips a little wobble. You can even turn your toes a little bit towards each other, so they're a bit pigeon-toed, and you'll notice that that releases any tension in the sacrum. And press into the forearms. Draw the elbows back towards the toes. Lift the heart forward and up. Gaze is not craned up to the sky, you'll notice that that starts to cause a constriction, blockage of flowing of energy if you do that. So just bring the head to a point where you feel that the energy can flow really freely all the way up the spine, through into the head and beyond. And then release down to the floor. Hands beneath the shoulders, press it back into a child's pose. Stretch it out. And lift it up into downward dog, or you can stay in the child's pose and just meet us back in the low lunge in a moment. And we step the left foot through, and the right knee comes down, taking that low lunge on the second side. Take the gaze to the right knee. Nothing else changes. The legs stay where they were. Spine stays long. It's just a lengthening. And then an inhale, front body opens up as we come into our crescent lunge. And then bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Reach them out to the right-hand corner of the mat and beyond. Downward dog with the upper body, lunging with the lower body. And then walk your hands back to frame the front foot. Press into the right toes, lift right knee. Use the hands for support. Lightly step that right foot forward. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold it over. Bend the knees a lot so you can wrap the arms behind them. Draw the heart away. Round the back, the shoulder blades will come right apart here. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Sorry, I'll just do an extra one here because it feels right. Exhale, fold. And then rise up. Reach it up, palms pressed together, Anjali Mudra as you drop that prayer pose behind the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. And then to your heart. Close your eyes if they're still open, if that feels okay for you. Release your hands by your side. Just enjoy the opening. Noticing the breath. Where are you? Okay, so little transition. You can keep your eyes closed for this one if you just really want to feel from the inside. We're going to come down to sitting. So in your own way, your own time, make your way down to seat on your mat. You're going to take the right calf, Hindolasana. It's like a cradling of your own legs. So you're going to take one hand under the ankle, other hand under the knee. So you're supporting the joints and just a little bit of a rock side to side here, opening through that right hip, Hindolasana. If your hip is quite open, you might be able to hook the foot all the way into the elbow. And if you do so, please make sure the foot is flexed so you're not putting pressure on the ankle joint. And still please support the knee joint with the opposite elbow. So just taking your baby, your leg baby, for a little bit of a rock. And then you'll place that leg down in front of, goodness, gently in front of the other. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen. And fold. Agni Stambhasana variation. So using that opening that you've just created by cradling the hip and rocking. Now finding stillness as you allow that hip to open. So if you find that you're maybe just more comfortable to stay with the fingers in tripods up here and still work with that outer hip, then this is your variation. Or it might be somewhere in between. Deep breath into that hip. And let's sigh this one out. And slowly roll up. And take the left foot now, cradling the ankle, cradling the knee, a little bit of a rock, opening into the hip. Or placing the foot into the crook of the elbow, flexing the toes, and again supporting the knee. Getting nice and loose through the hip, and then laying your baby leg down to the floor. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold any amount. Might be here, might just be working with lengthening through the spine. If you can keep that length and continue to fold, then fold. Can you stay with that nice, deep, full breathing? Use it. Let it guide you. The last inhale. Sigh it all out, exhale. And very slowly come back up. Oh. Oh, lots of release happening there. Let's just do a little bit of a butterfly. Just releasing any tension through that. And then we're going to take right foot across the body, left foot on top. Sorry, I'll mirror you. So right foot across the body, left foot on top. And that left foot can be about halfway in front and halfway behind the front knee. Both sit bones should rest quite equally into the floor. If they don't, have a go at straightening the front foot out in front of you. Inhale, left arm up to the sky, taking a nice twist to your right, hooking the left elbow over the right knee. Right hand is behind you for support, just as we did in the twist at the beginning of the class. Just wringing out all that stuff that we store. Literally wringing it out, letting it go, letting it just go back out into the ether. And gently release your twist. Take the top leg out to the side so you come into a Janushirasana posture with the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, sit tall. Turn the belly button to point towards the extended toes and fold. And again, just taking your fold to a comfortable place. So you may be working with just lengthening through the back and staying up nice and straight, and slowly breathing it lower. You may find that you want to come down and relax the upper body. Or you might like to take a strap or a belt, hook it around the ball of the toes and use a little bit of traction to get length in your spine. Whichever variation you're in, just take your last breath here. Softening in. Rise up. Take the left hand behind you. You're going to stretch out into a nice open star. And then can you transition back to sitting? So we'll swap the cross. Left foot's in halfway in front, halfway behind the front knee. Or it might be a straight leg. Right arm lifts. Exhale, twist. Back hand for support. Lower back long. Spacious through the soft palate, crown of head. Where are the shoulders? Are they able to slide down the back away from the ears? Turn back to center. So you'll use the same sense of twist that you've just made as you come into your Janu Sirsasana, extending left leg long. Keep that sense of twist in the body and then fold from there. One more deep breath in. Stay as you sigh it out. And gently rise up. Right hand behind you, opening into that nice big star, stretching out left side body from toes to fingertips. And then sweep back to your seat and come down onto your backs. So if you need a blanket or anything close by as we wind down for these last few minutes, please make sure you've got that handy. Just rolling down. Just taking a couple of spinal back bends here. Feet are hip distance apart. Walk your heels pretty close to your sit bone so that if you reach down with your hands, the fingertips can graze your heel. Just relax the arms by your side, press into the feet, and just start to roll hips, ribs, and shoulders off the mat. And then exhale, shoulders, ribs, hips back down to the floor. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. And 1 more, inhale. And exhale. So you have a couple of options here. You can either just stay resting in constructive rest, taking the feet out wide, knees together, just rest here. You can hug the knees, interlacing or holding on to the opposite forearm, just hug the knees above the heart. Or you can take a bridge pose. So as you were before, rolling the spine up off the mat, really lift the shoulder blades together. See if you can interlace the fingers and reach the hands towards the heels. Keep the hips lifted, feet are engaged, inner thighs gripping together as if there was a magnet between them. Just taking a few moments in Setu Bandha Savasana, supported bridge pose. So it's a back bend that also has the benefits of shoulder stand. As you lift the sternum towards the chin, you're coming towards a Jaladhara Bandha, which is the same bind, the bandha between, or chin lock as you would have in a shoulder stand. Whichever variation you're in, just take a couple of breaths. If you're in a full bridge pose, you'll want to unbind the hands and slowly roll the spine back down onto the floor. And we'll meet in constructive rest. So just take the knees together. If you're still hugging the knees to the chest, just stay there. We'll meet you in a moment. Take a few breaths, allowing your spine to neutralize out of that back bend if you've come from a back bend. And then we'll all of us meet with the knees hugged into the chest, wrapping the arms around. Might feel nice to rock a little bit side to side. And let's keep a hold of the right knee, extend the left leg long. If you like, you can turn this into a little half happy baby. So you hold on to the outer edge of the right foot, drawing that right knee down beside your torso. Left leg is long. And come back, hug both knees together again. Keep a hold of the left knee, extend, right leg long. And you might just stay with the knee hugged in or take the half happy baby option, drawing that right leg long and the left thigh to the outside of the torso. And hug both knees together. And some sacrum spirals, just cupping your hands on top of your knees. And the other direction. And allow the body to spread long on the floor for Shavasana. In Shavasana today, you can just allow the whole body to surrender. And just take 3 Brahmari breaths, so that humming breath where we place the hands over the eyes, the thumbs press into the ears, so we're kind of shutting down the eyes and the ears. The lips come together, but there is a lot of space inside the mouth, and we draw the breath in through your nose, and you hum with the lips and vibrate through the entire head space. So it will sound like a hum, and we'll just do 3 of them if you'd like to join me. And then you'll release into a really yummy, vibrating Shavasana. So in through the nose, your hands are over your eyes, thumbs are in your ears. Release your 3 primary breaths. Just let the breath be natural and release the arms side to side. Taking Shavasana. Enter these turning points where the rhythms of life transform into each other. Breath flows in, filling in this moment, drink eternity. Breath flows out, emptying, offering itself to infinity. Cherishing these moments, mind dissolves into heart, heart dissolves into space, body becomes a vibrating field, pulsating between fullness and emptiness. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Notice any sounds around you. Notice the weight of the body resting in the floor. Start to move fingers, toes. Stretching out overhead and hugging the knees into the chest a final time as you roll out to one side. And slowly make your way back up to sitting. Bring hands to prayer at your heart center. Close your eyes. Bring your chin lightly to your chest. As you acknowledge your inner guidance and your own strength and fortitude, as you move through this time of transition, as you meet resistance with grace, this is what the practice is for. Bring your hands to prayer at your forehead. Raise them above you. And then touch your fingertips to the earth as you bow down. And rise back up in gratitude. Hands at heart center. Namaste.